Okay, so the PS5 Pro was officially announced yesterday, and I think I speak for everyone when I say that price though. So in case you missed it, PlayStation confirmed we are getting a PS5 Pro in November with pre-orders starting this month. Now during the announcement, Mark Cerny covered what the PS5 will be capable of and showed off some games with these new features. But is it worth it, and do we really need a PS5 Pro? Well, these are my first thoughts now that I've had a day to think it over and weigh up the pros and the cons. Okay, so let's start with the actual look and design of the PS5 Pro. So it looks like they've gone for the same design as the PS5 Slim, and that's with the 4 removable covers on the sides, but this time with these large black vents as well. In fact, they did confirm it's going to be the same width as the PS5 Slim, but the same height as the original PS5. So it means it will be the same height as this one, but the same width as this one. But the biggest thing here is there's going to be no disk drive. Not even an option for a digital or disk drive version like we've had with the other PS5s. Just a simple PS5 Pro with no disk. And that has really surprised me, as I'm sure it has for a lot of you guys as well. Now I'm guessing they've done this to keep the price down. But it kind of sends a message that we should be buying digital games only, and that's without the need for a disk drive. Now PlayStation have confirmed though that you can buy a disk drive separately, and it's going to be the same one that currently fits on the PS5 Slim. So I guess if you're wanting to get a PS5 Pro, now would be the time to grab a disk drive before they sell out. It'll also then come with a white DualSense controller like we've seen before, as well as a copy of Astro's Playroom pre-installed. I still cannot believe we're not getting a disk drive in a Pro model though. As for the specs, we are getting a boost here. So PlayStation have said that they've built the Pro to run higher fidelity graphics with smoother frame rates up to 60 FPS. Mark Cerny then went on to talk about the 3 main features that will help achieve this. The first being the upgraded GPU. So the PS5 Pro now has a larger and faster GPU. 67% more compute units and 28% faster RAM. And this gives us up to 45% faster rendering for games. Essentially, it means the games will be able to hit higher frame rates and run a lot smoother. Now during the presentation, they did show us quite a few demos including The Last of Us Part 2 and Spider-Man 2. And I'll be honest, at least going by the examples on screen, these look pretty impressive. Being able to run games at a higher FPS in quality or fidelity mode is awesome. And for me, being able to play games at least 60 FPS with close to 4K graphics is where I want to be. I seriously hate having to drop down to 30 FPS just to play games in quality mode. And from these examples, especially The Last of Us, this looks like a notable difference. Now the next feature that he covered was the advanced ray tracing. This is what gives us those incredible reflections in games as well as shadows, and it really makes the graphics pop. Now we actually got to witness this in Hogwarts Legacy, and again from the demonstration that we're seeing on screen, this does look impressive. And then the final feature covered was the AI-driven upscaling. This is the PSSR, or PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. Essentially, it uses machine learning to boost the image quality, and that gives us a sharper picture and improved clarity. If you're playing on a 4K TV or 4K monitor, I hope we'd see this quite easily, but I guess we'll have to test this out for ourselves. Now the examples that they showed in the reveal again look good, although I'm not sure how many of us will need to zoom right in on a pixel to verify this. PlayStation did also confirm though that once again more than 8,500 PS4 games will be playable via backwards compatibility. They've called it their PS5 Pro Game Boost, and they say that it will improve the performance of those supported PS4 and PS5 games. Now another feature that they didn't cover in the video but it was mentioned on their blog post is it will support Wi-Fi 7. I'm not sure how many of us will make use of this, but again it is an upgrade at least. Oh, and it will also come with 8K gaming support for all of those 8K games that we play. Now Mark did also show loads of games that they have confirmed will be PS5 Pro ready at launch, and these included Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The First Descendant, and The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. I'm sure they're going to add loads more to the list when we get closer to launch as well, but it's good to see we've got quite a few games on here already. Now they've also stated that the games which will be PS5 Pro supported will have a PS5 Pro enhanced label on the game title. I imagine this will look very similar to how the PS4 and the PS5 labels look now on the current games. So I guess it means as you're browsing through your library or you're looking at your games on your dashboard, you'll be able to see which of those games are optimized for the PS5 Pro. Now one big improvement that we have seen is the storage on the PS5 Pro, as that's had an upgrade as well. But we're now getting a 2TB internal storage as opposed to the 825GB that we saw on the original PS5. This should mean less of us need to install an NVMe drive, although I would imagine we'll still have that slot on the Pro model as well. Oh, and the little metal stand that you can see on the video, well, that is sold separately. So if you do want to stand your PS5 Pro up, you'll probably want to grab one of these as well. To be honest though, the PS5 Slim is also designed to be used with this stand, and I've never used it and it's not going anywhere. Now I do actually have one of these, and it'd be interesting to see if this fits the Pro model, as I have a feeling it will due to the fact that it's exactly the same width as the Slim. And as for when this releases, well, PlayStation confirmed that pre-orders will start on September the 26th, and it's launching on November the 7th this year. It'll be available on the PlayStation Direct website as well as some retailers. I'm not sure who those will be, but I expect it to at least be Amazon. Now, like with any new launch, my biggest worry is the scalpers and the bots. How many times have we seen new consoles or controllers getting snapped up and being sold for double the price? So if you really do want one of these, make sure you're ready on September the 26th to try and beat all of those bots. But then we have to talk about the price. So I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting this to be around maybe $600 to $650 all in. So that would have been for the console and the disc drive, maybe even a stand thrown in, who knows. But this is going to be $700 or £700 without either a disc drive or a stand. That is a lot. I think for most of us, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow, as if you did want the PS5 Pro with the disc drive and stand, you're looking at what, nearly £850 or $850. Now obviously you could sell your existing PS5 for maybe $250 to $300. That'll soften the blow a little, making the PS5 Pro about $400. But is it worth the upgrade? Are we getting that much more from this? I think this is going to be aimed at those that really want to push what the PS5 can do. So if you're chasing the highest frame rate and the best resolution, and you don't want to worry about swapping between performance and fidelity mode, this one is definitely for you. But I think for the most part, you don't really need the PS5 Pro. There, I said it, you don't need this. The current PS5 will be more than enough for most of the games. However, if you want the best PS5 graphics and performance that you can get your hands on, you're going to upgrade anyway, and playing games in fidelity mode at 60 FPS will be awesome. Personally, I will be getting the Pro, but that's because I want to test it out for myself and tell you guys whether it's worth it. But like for like, the original PS5 now feels like an awesome deal. But what about you guys? Do you think you'll buy one? And if it is too expensive, what price point would make you get one? Now, if you want to see more PS5 Pro content from me, drop a PS5 Pro in the comments, and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And last week, I also unboxed the Astrobot controller on the channel that you should check out next. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow me everywhere. Until next time.